What if history had taken a different turn? What if the Nazis had won World War II? Would the world as we know it even exist? It's a terrifying question, one that has fueled books, movies, and TV shows. But today, we'll go beyond fiction. We'll explore what could have actually happened if the Axis powers had triumphed. The economy, society, technology, and even our daily lives. How different would they be? Stick around because this alternate timeline is darker than you might imagine. First, let's address the big question: how could the Nazis have won? History tells us that Germany made critical mistakes, invading the Soviet Union in the winter, underestimating American industrial power, and overextending its military. But let's tweak a few details. What if Hitler had focused his forces on capturing Moscow instead of diverting to Stalingrad? What if Japan had launched a second attack on Pearl Harbor, crippling the US Navy? What if the Nazi scientists had developed the atomic bomb before the Allies? Suddenly, the war might have had a very different outcome. If the Nazis had won, the world would likely be split between two superpowers: Nazi Germany and the Empire of Japan. The United States, probably fractured, occupied, or at best, forced into neutrality. Germany's vision was called Lebensraum, or living space. They planned to conquer vast territories in Eastern Europe, enslaving or eliminating local population. A Nazi-controlled world would have been ruled by brutal oppression, surveillance, and racial hierarchy. Imagine a world where freedom of speech doesn't exist, where books are burned, and where entire cultures are erased. It wouldn't just be a political change, it would be a complete transformation of human rights and social norms. But what about science, space exploration, and technology? Would we have landed on the moon under Nazi rule? It's a disturbing thought, but the Nazis were obsessed with technology. Their scientists were responsible for early rocket technology, jet engines, and even theories about UFOs. If they had won, they may have pushed scientific progress in some areas, perhaps even space travel. But at what cost? Their research was often unethical, using human experimentation. Without open collaborative science, progress in medicine, physics, and computing might have stalled. A Nazi-controlled world may have advanced military tech, but fallen behind in civil rights, democracy, and innovation. Now, let's make it personal. Imagine waking up in a Nazi-controlled world. Your education is controlled, your career is dictated by the government, and surveillance is everywhere. Music, movies, and even the internet, if it even exists, are heavily censored. Would you have the freedom to express yourself, to criticize the government, to choose your beliefs? Probably not. The Nazis had strict social policies. Your entire life would be predetermined by their ideology, and if you didn't fit, you'd disappear. But even in this dark timeline, human resilience would still exist. Underground resistance movements, secret rebellion, and even global uprisings might have emerged. History has shown us time and time again. Oppression breeds defiance. The longer the Nazis ruled, the more likely people would have fought back. Could they have been overthrown? It's possible, but at what cost? Thankfully, the Nazis did not win. The world is far from perfect, but democracy, freedom, and human rights have allowed us to thrive. But history is a reminder. Dictatorships rise when people stop paying attention. A different outcome was possible, and it could be again if we're not vigilant. So, the next time you think history is just about the past, remember, it's about the future too. If you enjoyed this deep dive into alternate history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. What other what-if scenarios should we explore next?